It's an honor and privilege for me to stand here today and share my story. So, volunteer and service is nothing new to me. Going to church, we used to collect items like socks and coats. So, we would go to the Pacific Garden Mission and we would host a service. We would sing 2 songs, offer up scripture and a word of prayer. And so, volunteer and service was invested in me. Now, when Dr. Delano reached out to me to volunteer with Umoja in 2014 as a freshman here at St. Norbert, there was no hesitation in my yes. When Miss Rhonda Chandler reached out to me and asked, "Can you be a mentor with Lovin the Skin I'm in?" there was, again, no hesitation in my yes, because this was something that I knew was an investment in me. So I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club of Green Bay, and there I met a young lady by the name of Elijah. Oh my gosh, she reminded me so much of the younger version of myself. Optimistic, outgoing, brilliant. She was intelligent and had a smile that would light up the world. And so we, of course, stayed attached at the hip. When every time I would go to work, she would be there waiting for me. What we're going to do today? What program are we going to do? And fortunately, I had transitioned to a new position at the Boys and Girls Club of Fox Valley, so I wasn't able to no longer formally work with her and be her mentor. But fortunately, Miss Rhonda had Lovin the Skin I'm in, so I invited Elijah to come and join us to meet with me monthly and hang out with us, and she did. But just like any typical teenager, she got a job. So that unfortunately didn't allow her to come to meetings as often as she normally would, or for us to hang out. But last year, she reached out to me in such distress and frustration. And I'm like, "What's going on?" She says, "I was working with the program who was helping me apply for colleges, and when I told them that I wanted to apply for a historically black college and university, they said, well, let's apply to another school because I'm not familiar with those types of schools." And that's when I knew that I needed to step back into that role of being a mentor for her. We agreed to meet weekly at Barnes & Noble's, which she kind of ran up my tab because we would always get coffee and a snack. But it was always a good time to connect with her, see how her week was going, but then work on those personal essays, work on the scholarship she needs to apply to. And we did submit the application for Howard University, which she was very nervous about and was very hesitant to do, but with much encouragement and affirmations and letting her know, like, this is what she's supposed to do, this is what she wanted to do, because this was her #1 school of choice, we submitted the application. So a few weeks ago, I got this message. It was a screenshot from Malaysia. She got accepted into Howard University. And it says, "Thank you. Thank you for everything you've taught me and all the love and support to help me get here." Excuse me. I still get choked up reading that message, because if it wasn't for her reaching out to me or her knowing that I was there for her to provide that service and be a part of her village. There's the African proverb, it takes a village. And my village here at St. Norbert College was Dr. Bola Delano, Miss Ivy, Steve Westergen. A lot of my village members are here today. Bridget Martin, Eric Wagner. Those people were my village, and so they invested in me because they saw something great in me. And I was able to turn around and do the very exact same thing to someone else here in this area. And so I tell you today, and I encourage you today, that to think back to someone or some cause that invested in you when you were growing up. Did you take the time to give back to your community authentically? Did you invest in someone else as they invested in you? If not, it's time to do that. And this is a call to action to make service a lifestyle, not charity work, so that it can be full circle for you as it was for me. Thank you.